Top 10 vintage cars. Number 1. 1953 Oldsmobile Fiesta. The Fiesta is a car produced by Oldsmobile for only one season. In 1953, a total of 458 cars were produced. The Fiesta, like many other cars of the 1950s, was made in the style of a futuristic dream car. It was characterized by a primitive hockey stick-shaped side trim and a round, panoramic windscreen. In essence, the Fiesta was a production, but fully equipped, 1998 convertible with a 303cc V8 from Oldstern to produce 170 bhp. Top speed was 95 miles per hour, which made it considered too high for such performance. Most Fiestas were two-tone and had 10 new leather interiors and were fitted with a hydraulic gearbox with automatic shifting and power steering to make it easier to maneuver a large vehicle in small spaces. The Fiesta wasn't cheap, $5,717 in the US, but this was one of the reasons why it was so popular. At the time, GM could do what it wanted, and it needed to make a profit. If you want to get your hands on one of these beauties, be prepared to fork out around $80,000. Number 2. 1970 Buick GS6. Buick has introduced the top-of-the-range GS6 high-performance package at the affordable price of $1,100 compared to $3,285 for the base Buick GS 455. The Buick GS6 was designed to appeal to younger people for whom current performance was not enough. The main engine used was the vastly improved V8 455 with a maximum torque of 690 Nm and an output of 455 HP, while the intermediate version, the Stage 1, borrowed from the GS, an output of 360 HP. A less powerful 400 engine was available as a reference. The power system was a single 4-chamber Rochester quadrojet carburetor. The powertrain offered a 3-speed turbo hydromatic 400 automatic, 3 and 4-speed manual transmissions, 15-inch wheels, upgraded suspension, 10.6-inch front brake discs, 9-inch rear brake drums, and stiffer springs. The 1970 Buick GS6 was available in Saturn yellow and Impala white as standard equipment, with bucket seats, white sports tires, front and rear spoilers, and a Necapati tachometer. Only 687 Buick GS6 were produced a year. If you really value cars, you can buy such a car for $40,000. Number 3. 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. The Rebel was the ideal base for a true muscle car, but just before 1970, a supercharged version was launched called the Machine, powered by the company's largest engine. It developed a compression ratio of 10.0, maximum power of 340 bhp, and maximum torque of 581 Nm. It accelerated to 100 km per hour in 6.5 seconds. The body had functional air intakes and an integrated tachometer. A 4-speed Borg-Warner T10 gearbox with Hurst shift lever was standard. The AMC Rebel Machine had the stiffest suspension of its day, with the rear end of the car higher than the front, reinforced springs at the front and semi-elliptic leaf springs at the rear provided stability at tall speeds. The car was also equipped with bandaged front disc brakes, a double-disc differential, and wide E60 15 Goodyear polyglass tires mounted on 15-inch stamped steel wheels. Hydro-power steering, air conditioning, and cruise control were also available at the additional cost. Be prepared to pay $60,000 for this car if you want to add it to your vintage car collection. Number 4. 1953 Pontiac Bonville. The Bonville Special was conceived by GM's chef designer Harley Earl after visiting the Bonville Salt Lakes, Utah, and observing a high-speed car chase. Paul Gillen and Homer Lagassine were directly responsible for the car's design. They shortened the wheelbase to 100 inches, 2,540 millimeters, and installed a special body made of plastic panels. The preparations outlines were copied from the Corvette and refined in the wind tunnel. A large round turbine was mounted on the tailplane. The front headlights were mounted in the wings and covered with transparent glass, under which were located vertical bumper halves. The radiator grille was replaced by rectangular air intakes. These air intakes had 6 lower chrome brackets and 2 stripes of silver stripes running smoothly down the bonnet from the 2 air intakes. The ribbed structure of these stripes was also used on the 2 air vents on the front wings and the transmission tonneau on the sedan. The glass-fronted saloon was hollow, but the side halves opened together with the doors at the touch of a button. Be prepared to pay around $40,000 to get this car. Number 5. 1960 Chevrolet Impala. In 1959, the Chevrolet Impala was a standalone model and one of Chevrolet's most commercially successful models. The 1959 model was characterized by a very distinctive design with horizontally positioned taillights. The 4-door sedan had 3-ply side and sailing windows and a rounded rear end. The 4-door hardtop, on the other hand, featured an unusual flat roof platform and panoramic front and rear windows. The 1960 model retained the same design features as the previous model, but the radiator grille was simplified and 3 round taillights were added. This year, the Impala became the #1 selling model in the United States, a position it held for the next 10 years. Technically, this generation was built on the same X-shaped platform as other Chevrolet Cadillacs. If you want to buy such a car, be prepared to pay around $70,000. Number 6. 1953 Buick Skylark. The 1953 Buick Skylark was in many ways a hand-built car. The bonnet and boot moldings were identical to these fitted to the 1953 Roadmaster convertible and the 56 R Super convertible. The front and rear wings and doors, as well as the convertible top design, were unique to the Skylark. Various lay wheels were also used on the convertible top, so it's not surprising that a large amount of this metal was used immediately behind the doors and below the windows. The Skylark's interior doors were borrowed from and modified from the 2-door Roadmaster and Super. The 1953 Skylark had many unique design features, but one of them, which is a little harder to find these days, was that it was a few inches smaller than the Roadmaster and Super convertibles. This was achieved by simply cutting the windscreen by almost 3 inches, lowering the side windows, or lowering the top-down frame without changing the frame, body, or suspension. The steering column and seat frame were also reduced to prevent head impacts with the roof. Legroom was increased to 44.7 inches. Write in the comments which vintage car you like the most. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. See you later.